are back in the Convention Center, Minneapolis, Minnesota, where we've moved over to Court 52, day 2 of the January Thaw. Northern Lights 15, Xenon finished their seed yesterday, C seed, and they finished in the 3rd position as scheduled. Today, Crossfire 15 Black, their first opponent. And it looks like Northern Lights is going to start the serve off with Sakura. We get going now, sent over down the line. Off the deflection, out of play. A good start for Northern Lights, 1-0. Off the ace serve. Emi Sakura, the Waconia High School product. Setting for 15 Xenon. She'll give it a go again. This one is over and long. Ace service error, and we're knotted 1 apiece. Coming back at us now, number 40 for Crossfire, Carly Anderson, up and over. Munson is there. Sakura slips, isn't going to get to the second contact, and Crossfire leads 2-1. Sakura spinning her tires on that one, and Anderson now serves it out. So each team with a service error. Early set number 1, day 2, match 1, as Fettrell comes in. And Gleason back to serve. Gleason into the 6, popped up, a little bit of trouble. Free ball coming, there it is. Munson gets underneath it, sends it to Sakura. Sakura all the way across. Fettrell into the 6, dug up by Crossfire. They're going to come strong side down the line. Picked up nicely by Gleason, who knocks over Munson. Free ball over, Gleason on top of it again. Sakura is going to go back to Halbersma off the block. Picked up by Crossfire. They're going to come right side. Over the block, Gleason with the dig. Sakura with options. Gleason back row. Big swing off the net cord. Picked up by Crossfire. Back row attack, Crossfire over off the Dante block. Picked up by Gleason. Sakura outside. Fettrell pounds it into the 6 and scores. Persistent offense out of Northern Lights. Wins that point. Attack after attack. Good serve by Gleason, picked up by Crossfire, sent over free. Fettrell, Sakura, she goes back to Halbersma, tip shot over the block, picked up, and down. Nice job. Halbersma tipping into the campfire. 1 contact by Crossfire, but no second, and it's a point Lights. Now Gleason back, leading 4-2. Good strong serve, ace serve, Jenna Gleason. Into the 6-1 seam, cleanly to the floor. Ace serve by Gleason. Gleason up, she goes down the line this time, catches the top of the net, falls to the floor. Point to Crossfire. Crossfire serve over. Munson is there. Sakura into the middle. Dante 2-hander over. Picked up by Crossfire. They're going to go middle attack. Sent over. Sakura with the dig. Means Munson's going to go outside to Halbersma. Big swing off the net cord. Picked up by Crossfire. Sent high in the air. Free ball over. Gleason gets under it. Sakura runs back to Halbersma. Big swing. A little long. No touch. Point to Crossfire. This is Jenna Lashinsky, sends it over. Munson on the pass. Sakura goes outside. Fettrell over the block, over the baseline. It's out. Just as another ball rolls onto the court. Point Crossfire. Now we're knotted at 5 in set 1. Sakura into the middle. Dante, big swing. scores for Northern Lights. Excellent attack by Dante. Scoring into the 6. And she earns her way back to the service straight with a 1-point lead. 6-5. Dante up into the 6. Passed up high. Strong side attack coming. Big swing. Off the deflection. Point. Crossfire. Good cross-court attack there from Crossfire. Scores. And ties it again at 6. Emma Dove into serve. Call was long. It's good. Ace serve, Crossfire. Good serve. Finding that back row, and now Dove will serve once again. Down the line this time. Fettrell is underneath it. Sikora returned to center. Fettrell off the net. No contact. 4 contacts for the Lights side, and that's a point Crossfire. And now Lights down 6-8 here, set number 1, with Emma Dove continuing at the service line. Good strong serve. Gleason sends it up high. Sikora to Halbersma. Halbersma goes for the tip down the line. Gets underneath it, and it finds the net, and it's a point Crossfire. Now Crossfire by 3. They lead 9-6. Good strong serve. Gleason, good pass. Sikora outside. Fettrell down the line. Scores for Northern Lights. Nice swing by Fettrell. Earning that point. Breaking the little mini run by Crossfire. So bring Stadler in to serve. She'll set. Sikora will hit right side. Stadler into the 6. Picked up by Crossfire. Strong side attack. Roll shot down the line. Stadler with the dig. Munson's going to go outside. Fettrell free ball over. Here comes Crossfire in system. Right side attack. Swung over. Touched. Nice dig, Gleason. Stadler goes outside. Fettrell steps into it off the high hands to the floor. Fettrell scores again for Northern Lights. And now Stadler will serve. Looking to tie things up at 9. Stadler over. Picked up nicely in system. Strong side attack. Tip shot over. No one home for Lights. Stadler comes flying in. Munson came flying in. Unfortunately, a little late. And it's a point Crossfire. Navy David into serve for Crossfire. Into the 6. Munson there. Stadler hustles over. Freed over by Gleason. Looked kind of clean to me. Ruled a double contact. And it's a point Crossfire. Now they lead by 3. 11-8. With David continuing at the service stripe. That one finds the net. Point Northern Lights. Maybe, just maybe, the volleyball gods gave us that one back. Now Munson back to serve. 9-11. God bless America. We'll never forget. That's actually Thaw. Thaw back to serve. Coach Phoebe calling for a 3. Thaw sends it to the 3. Passed up in system. Here comes a strong side attack. It's through the block. Thaw sends it up high. Nice dig. Stadler goes outside. Gleason cross-court shot. And the win. Gleason goes thumbs down. Sends it off to the right for the cross-court winner. And now Thaw will have the opportunity to tie things up here in set number 1. Lights down by 1, 10-11. Thaw into the 1. Good serve. Nice pass and system. Free ball coming. Let's use it. Munson into Stadler with options. Goes to Sikora. Big swing to the floor. Sikora scores for Northern Lights, and we've got the Dave Koenig point, 11-11 here in set number 1. Thaw down the line again. Good pass this time. Middle attack coming. Two-hander over. Good spot. And score. Double contact called, however. Point Northern Lights. Good call there if he's going to call Gleason. He's got to be consistent, and he was. 12-11. Thaw sends it over. Right side attack, cut shot through the block. Nice dig by Munson, and now Gleason's going to give it a go down the line. It's just long. Point, Crossfire. Nice dig there by Munson. Keep that ball alive. Libero number 22, Chloe Liren, into our Libero number 56, Munson, into the spectator area. Ace serve, Crossfire. They break the 12-12 tie. Now 13-13. Liren will give it another go. This one short into the net. And we've got the Black Cat point, 13-13 here on court number 52. Munson back to serve. Munson goes down the line. Fought off. Free ball coming. There it is. Munson on it. Stadler's got options. Over to Gleason. Nice cross-court shot through the block. Gleason scores for Northern Lights. 14-13 the score. Munson to serve, call for a three. There's the three, just long. Point, Crossfire. Now we've got the Honorable James D. Wellbrock point. Abby Barberis back to serve for Crossfire. Good strong serve. It's good. Serve deep into the one. Point, Crossfire. Now they lead 15-14 as Munson has to head to get the ball. 1 point lead for Crossfire here, midway through set number one. There's the serve over. Thaw, good pass. Stadler's going to run back to Sikora. Sikora roll shot over the block, picked up by the server Barberis. Barberis out of the back row, dug up by Stadler. Munson goes outside. Sikora steps into a cross-court winner for Lights. Nice spot by Emmy Sikora, scoring for Northern Lights. And she earns her way back to the service stripe, tied at 15. 15-15. Sikora, short serve, picked up, scrambling, free balled over. Dante is there. Sikora pushes all the way across. Gleason gets a little under it, and it's long. Point to Crossfire. Crossfire leads 16-15. This is Carly Anderson back to serve. Anderson sends it over. Munson is there. Sikora to Halbersma. Halbersma a little bit under it. It's long. Point Crossfire. Anderson sends it down the line. Gleason pops it up. Sikora all the way across. Dante steps into it. Nice attack. Nice dig on the Crossfire side. Middle attack tipped over. Scrambling as Minnesota Lights are not going to come up with it. And now Crossfire by 3, 18-15. And Coach Phoebe wants a timeout to talk it over. Lights down 15-18 here in set number one. Day two, match one. In theory, if all goes as planned, Lights, being the top seed in this pool, will play at 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then in a crossover match at 7 o'clock. If things go awry, that crossover match at 7 will flip to a match at 8. So this is the A seed versus C seed in this pool. 3-team pool this afternoon with the crossover. Anderson sends it over. Munson there. Sikora back to Gleason. Roll shot over the block. Doesn't go. Point Crossfire. Now Crossfire by 4. Coming into the later stages of set one. Good strong serve. Munson sends it up. Gleason's going to help. Dante tip shot over. Picked up by Crossfire. Right side attack. Poked over. Munson comes in to get it. Sikora goes outside. Gleason steps into it. Looping shot picked up by Crossfire. They're going to come strong side. Nice set. Nice attack. Nice dig by Munson. Gleason will give it a go. Off the deflection to the floor. Lights needed that one. Good power play by Gleason. She earns her way back to the service stripe. As Fetrel will come in and give Thaw a break. Lights down 3, 16-19, set one. Gleason, strong serve off the net cord, picked up by Crossfire. Strong side attack, roll shot over. Gleason is there. Sikora on two. Picked up by Crossfire. Libero set outside. Back row attack off the high hands, picked up by Gleason. Sikora back to Gleason, back row. Two-hander over, no double called. Right side attack coming, big swing. Block there, Fetrel or the net, either way. Point Northern Lights. We'll always give credit to the player, so Fetrel with the block. And now Gleason will serve, down two. Good serve, trouble, ace serve, Gleason. And just like that, Northern Lights down by one. Gleason with a chance to tie it up. Gleason up. Gleason net. Point. Crossfire. Crossfire wins the race to 20. Jenna Lashinsky in to serve with a 2-point lead. She's into the six. Gleason is there. Sikora with options. Dante, big swing. Picked up nicely in the back row. Middle attack off the block. Halbersma with the dig. Sikora goes deep on two. Picked up by Crossfire. They're going to go right side attack. Sent over by two. Halbersma is there. Sikora outside. Fetrel, big swing. Dig into the bench area. Good turnover by Lights. And again, it will serve to tie. This time, Dante will serve. 19-20. Lights behind. Set number one. Dante into the six. Picked up nicely. Here comes Crossfire. Middle attack. Blocked. And down. Fetrel teams up with G. Gua Ashvili for the stuff block. And now I can see clearly 20/20 vision here on court 52. Dante sends it into the six. Passed up. Right side attack. Off the net. Looping over. Sikora sends it up high. Halbersma helps. Fetrel in the back row scores for Minnesota Northern Lights. Nice attack, Fetrel. And now Lights is on top, 21-20. Dante serving. Dante up. Dante over short. Ace serve. Beth Dante. Timeout. Crossfire. Good run here by Northern Lights. 22-20 the score. Lights down 18-20. Have run off 4 straight points to take the lead. They lead by 2. They need 3. They break the huddle quickly. Crossfire breaks their huddle. We're getting ready to go. 22-20. Lights on top. Dante into the 5-6. Just long. Boy, that looked like it was going to drop, but we'll give a coach's point there to the Crossfire coaching staff. Service error after timeout. Give credit to the coaches. Now Dove for Crossfire sends it over. Munson fights it off. Halbersma over to Fetrel. Splits the block. Nice dig by Crossfire. They're going to come strong side attack. It's a rocket, but it's wide, and it's a point Northern Lights. Substitution. Stadler in to serve. Halbersma will get a break. Stadler leads 23-21. Substitutions on the Crossfire side, and there we go. Stadler over and short and down. Ace serve. Paige Stadler, and now on the hook for set number one. Stadler. Rocket. Down. Ace serve. Stadler. And Northern Lights takes set number one, 25-21. A good battle put up by Crossfire, but in the end, Northern Lights perseveres and takes set number 1. Again, 3-team pool here in this day 2. Top 2 teams, well, all teams will play in a crossover. Top 2 teams play at 7. Third plays at 8. It's Crossfire, Northern Lights, and CBC 15-1 in this pool. We'll step aside for a moment. You're watching Northern Lights Xenon Volleyball on the Spoilybrook Sports Network. Chad Johnson Music says, "What say you?"
Her deception is a new reality. Where she said to him, "While with me." How do you turn this off? This anxiety. It's coursing through my veins, terrifying me. Each day goes by like an old vintage train. Ready to derail this last bit of rain. What do I say? What do I do? Can I believe anything that comes out of you? I held you so close while your words held them too. I'm not sure if I can. What say you? No more illusions when eyes begin to see. How those empty words made a great fool of me. Do I turn my back, hold on to sanity?
Whoops, I guess we're underway here in set number 2. Sakura into Dante, two-hander over, picked up by Crossfire. Right side attack, swung over through the block. Thaw goes down to get it. But it's a point to Crossfire, nice attack, and they take the first point of set number 2, 1-0, caught off guard by the start there. I was daydreaming, I guess. Crossfire to serve, Halbersma up. Munson goes outside, Sakura free ball over. Here comes Crossfire. Middle attack, big swing, it's long. Point, Lights. One to one early set number 2. Northern Lights up 1-0. Sakura rocket into the one. A little too much fuel. It goes out the back door. Point Crossfire. 2-1. Crossfire up. Set number 2. Carly Anderson to serve. Anderson sends it over. Munson goes down to get it. Sakura to Gleason. Gleason waits, goes down the line. Nice spot, but a nice pickup. Popped up in the air, not coming back. Nice attack by Gleason. Her body floating to our left, and she turned the shoulders and went down the line. Point Northern Lights, and it's 2-2 here in set 2. Gleason serving. She goes, good serve. It's an over ball. Fettrell sends it back. Picked up. And now it's going to come over on 2. Munson is there. Sakura to Dante. Big swing into the 5-6 seam. Dante scores for Northern Lights. Good attack. And Lights leads 3-2. Gleason continues at the service stripe. Good serve. That one flies over into court 53. Ace serve Gleason. Point Lights. 4-2 Lights here in set 2. Gleason looking for the deep corner, a little too deep. Point Crossfire. Into serve now, libero. 22, Chloe Liren sends it over short. Munson goes down to get it. Perfect pass. Sikora goes over to Helbersma. Blocked there by Navy David on the Crossfire side. And now we're tied at 4. 4-4 the score. Set 2. Serve over and long, right into the broadcast booth. I get the pixie dust. We'll clean it off. Give it to Dante. 5-4 lead. It's amazing how dirty those balls get. But it's nice and clean now. Dante goes deep into the 6. Picked up by Crossfire. Big attack. Nice dig, Dante. Sikora goes outside. Fetchel down the line. Picked up nicely by Crossfire. Back row attack. Picked up by Gleason to Sikora. She's going to go outside. Fetchel down the line. Picked up by Crossfire again. Good scrappy defense. Gleason, Sikora, Helbersma. Misconnection. Point Crossfire. Nice defense there by Crossfire to keep that alive. And they take the point, 5-5. Emma Dove back to serve. Dove up, Dove over. Gleason fights it off. Munson helps. Fetchel back row, looping into the 1. Picked up by the libero. Scrambling or Crossfire, but they just barely don't get it over. It looked like it was coming, caught the net. Point Northern Lights, and now Northern Lights leads 6-5. Helbersma will get a break as Stadler will come in to serve. Stadler to serve. She goes down the line, fought off. Strong side attack coming, tipped over. Stadler picks it up. Munson sends it up high. Joust at the net, won by Crossfire, deep into the 1, scores. That's a point. Crossfire, 6-6 the score. Peyton Kissel sends it over. Munson, perfect pass. Stadler's got Fetchel over there. Big swing. Sent over to court 53. Lots of force behind that one. Fetchel rips it. Defender gets arms on it, but way too much heat to handle. And it's a point Northern Lights. 7-6 the score. Now Thaw will come in to serve. Thaw gets a sign. Sends it over. Picked up by the libero and system middle attack punched over. Thaw is there. Stadler's going to go outside. Gleason tip shot off the block to the floor. Gleason scores for Lights. Tip shot and a goal. Jenna Gleason. And the Lakeville South product puts Lights up 8-6. Good serve, Thaw. Trouble. Not coming back. We'll give Thaw credit for an ace on that one. She found the 4-5 seam and now leads 9-6. Coach Phoebe gives her the 5. Good corkscrewing serve, punched at. Ace serve, back-to-back aces. Thaw, point Lights. Thaw wins the race to 10 for Northern Lights. It's 10-6, 4-point lead. Thaw again. Good spot, good pass this time in system, strong side attack to over the block. Munson is there. Stadler on 2. Picked up by Crossfire. They're going to come right side. Nice attack. Thaw with a great dig. Now Sikora, tip shot, deep corner. Picked up and back over. Stadler is there. Munson goes outside. Gleason steps into it. Tips it down the line. Picked up by Crossfire. No second contact. Point Northern Lights. 11-6 now. Lights leads by 5. Thaw. Still serving, sends it over. Ace serve, Thaw. 3 out of 4 aces. Or 3 out of 4, yeah, I think that's right. 3 out of 4 serves are aces for Thaw. And at 12-6, with Crossfire doubled up, they're going to call timeout and talk it over. 6-point lead for Lights here in set 2. They won set 1 in a tough one, close one. They break their huddle quickly. Six-point lead for Northern Lights. Sent over, ace serve, Thaw. Boy, she is on a roll. I'd have to go elbow the ace, Thaw. She goes down the line this time. Another tough serve. This one's coming back, strong side attack, but it's coming back long. And it's another point for Northern Lights. Thaw on her service terror. She gets the 1. Thaw goes down the line. Off the deflection. Out of play. Another ace serve by Thaw. 15-6 the score. Thaw on fire. Similar spot. Better result for Crossfire. Right side attack. It's a big swing. Picked up. Not coming back. Munson sent it high in the air. I almost grabbed it, but I didn't want to get run over by a player, so I let it go. Point to Crossfire. Bailey Jacobson will serve for Crossfire. Good serve. Munson, great pass. Stather with options. Oh, good attempt by Jigua Ashvili. Unfortunately, the net was in the way. And it's a point to Crossfire. Bailey Jacobson to serve once again. Sends it over. Tough serve. Gleason goes down to get it. No second contact. Point to Crossfire. Crossfire digging into the Lights lead. 15-9. Lights still on top by 6. Jacobson to serve, sends it over. Munson sends it up high. Stadler goes outside. Gleason, cross court shot. Gleason again drops the thumb, cuts into the 4-5. Excellent attack. Jenna Gleason for the kill. And now Munson will serve with a 7-point lead, 16-9. Northern Lights on front, on top. Munson backed up as far as she could, launched it. It was still a little long. And now Crossfire hits double digits. 16-10, Lights leads. This is Abby Barberis putting it in play. Munson's there. Stadler's going to go back to Sikora. Big swing off the block, picked up by Crossfire. Pinballed around, free ball over. Thaw is there. Stadler into the middle. Dante, big swing. It's long, no touch. Point. Crossfire, now they've got it down to 5. Barberis at the service stripe. Up, over, and out. Just over the camera. Thankfully, no contact with the camera. Point. Lights. Halbersma checks back in. Stadler will get a break. Sikora's going to serve. And there she goes. Good strong serve. Punched at into the stands. Ace serve. Sikora. Point. Northern Lights. 18-11 now. Good job by Lights. Opening the lead back up to 7. Sikora. Another good serve. Punched at. Sent over quickly. Good job, Sikora, to pick it up. Munson's going to go to Gleason. She's going to free ball just short. Point, Crossfire. Crossfire's Carly Anderson strolls back to the service stripe. Dead away center. She'll come right at us. 18-12, Lights on top. Munson runs in, picks it up. Sikora all the way across. Halbersma comes in with a tip. Looking for the right-handed tip. Pesky net in the way. Point, Crossfire, and just like that, they're down to a handful. 13 for Crossfire, 18 for Northern Lights. Anderson sends it over. Thaw, perfect pass. Sikora outside. Halbersma, left-handed attack. Cross court into the 5. Scores for Lights. Northern Lights 19 now 13. Gleason back to serve. Gleason sends it over. Nice serve, a little bit of contact, nice set. Free ball doesn't come over. Barberas backs at it way into the corner. The outside attacker made a lunge for it, couldn't come up with it, and now 20-13, Lights on top. Ace serve, Jenna Gleason. Make it 21. 21-13. Lights leads by 8. They need 4 to seal this first match of the day. Down the line, good serve. Over ball, sent back by Fettrell. To the floor. Fettrell takes the overpass, puts it away. And now Northern Lights 22-13. Carrying momentum here. Down the line once again, sent up high. Dump on 2, picked up by Fettrell. Good job. Gleason back row. Out the back door. Point. Crossfire. Northern Lights 22, Crossfire 14. Into serve will be Jenna Lashinsky for Crossfire. She sends it over. Munson goes down to get it. Sikora runs back to Halbersma. Tipped down the line. Picked up by Crossfire. Strong side attack coming down the line. Up high goes Sikora. Munson outside. Halbersma punches at it. Hits the number 52 marker on this court. And it's a point. Crossfire. 22-15 the score. Munson to Sikora. Fettrell hustles in. Punches it at the net. Point Northern Lights. Excuse me, point Crossfire. Now number 36 serves. She's cut the lead to 6. Good strong serve. Munson pops it up. Sikora sends it outside. Fettrell goes to get it. Nice job keeping it in play. Crossfire sending the ball high in the air. Free ball over. Munson is there. Sikora back to Halbersma. Off the high hands. Punched at. Sent over on 2. Double contact called. Point Northern Lights. Now 23-16. Jigua Ashvili checks in. Dante to serve. Munson will get a quick breather. Dante goes short. Good pass and system. Strong side attack down the line. Sikora with the dig. Dante pops it up. Sent over free by Jigua Ashvili. And that's picked up by Crossfire. Roll shot over. Struggling are Lights. It's a free ball. And Fettrell takes a swing at it but finds the net. Point Crossfire. Lights by 6. Side out, serve out situation. Will the side out come here? Munson goes down to get it. Sikora outside. Fettrell, big swing. Nice dig by Crossfire. Back row attack. Shot over. Sikora with the dig. Sent up high. Who's going to pick it up? No one. The net in the way. Munson made an effort, but the net was there, and now Crossfire only down 5. Emma Dove serving for Crossfire. Up off the net cord. Gleason goes down to get it. Sikora, good job pulling out of the net. Fettrell down the line and scores. Fettrell into the 6-1 seam, scoring for Northern Lights. And now Lights is on the hook for set number 2 and the match. Stadler on the hook for set 2. Down the line, good serve. Scrambling his Crossfire, free ball, let's use it. Gleason into Stadler. Stadler with options, wants Sikora, tip shot. Picked up, over ball, sent back by Fettrell. Point, Northern Lights. Set, Northern Lights. Match, Northern Lights. 25-15. Northern Lights takes set number 2 and the match here on court 52. They'll have one match off, and then they'll get back at it against CVC 15-1. They're the B seed in this pool. Thanks for joining us here at the Minneapolis Convention Center. We'll step aside. We'll be back in a match. Call it an hour, maybe inside an hour. You've been watching Minnesota Northern Lights 15 Xenon Volleyball on the Spoilbrook Sports Network. Huge shout out to Sam McKay and his crew at Easy Reels, to Jim Wellbrock, the audio magnificent behind the screen, and we'll see you in a bit.